People find themselves behind bars facing charges for animal neglect today. The first incident happened back in September, though. Officials say a man reported his dog had died at the Nebraska. He said his dog had died, and he reported it to the Nebraska Humane Society. When NHS officers came to dispose the dog, they noticed a foul, rotting odor coming from the apartment. They also add the dog was severely underweight. Authorities arrested the owner, Jackson Driscoll, for animal cruelty. In a separate investigation, Kyla Wilberforce and her mother, Lakeisha Pope, are also facing animal cruelty charges. According to authorities, a Rottweiler was left at the Nebraska Humane Society wrapped up in a blanket in October. Staff says the starving dog was having seizures and had to be euthanized. After looking through surveillance video, officials determined who dropped the dog off. Necropsy was also performed, which determined the cause of the death to be starvation.